All right, so we're here back in our demo bot, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about conversations and flows. So when you're building a bot, you got to think about both sides of the conversation, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make your bot as conversational as possible so the users will engage with it and it will create a very smooth flow and guide them to where they need to go. So the way that works is you've got your dialogue here. You always want to have, sometimes an image, a welcome message, and then some options for them to go somewhere. So the way we've got this here is we've got buttons and we've added dialogues for these buttons to go to. You can also add a phone number or a URL. So, for example, if I click on this, it drops down all my other dialogues and I can pick any of these that I want. So I'm going to cancel that. So I've got these three dialogues here. Now, if I hit free ticket, I've created a free ticket folder. Now this is really important for organization, is to put these in the order that's going to make the most sense for you. I like to actually create all my folders first. Then when I'm building out my dialogues, they're already there and I can connect to them easily. If you create your dialogue first, then you can't link it. I like to create all my dialogues in all my groups and organize everything before I get started with actually building out my dialogues. So for this one, we have free ticket, and we've got the free ticket folder here. So if you click on this, it says get your free ticket. So that's the name of the dialogue. And if we click on get free ticket, so now here's the get free ticket dialogue. So we've got an image here. Now we're asking them some questions with the quick question widget. And we're kind of going down here. And based on these answers, we're sending them to, again, some other dialogues. So if they say ready, I'm ready, and we don't put a dialogue, it just goes to the next widget. Now this is very important. You always want to either have them going to a dialogue, or you want to make sure there's a widget after if you're not having them go to a dialogue, because what's going to happen is your bot is just going to stop and then they're not going to know what to do. So I have these options. So agency, so if you go to close this, business type, and then agency, so now based on that dialogue, that option, now I've got, if they hit yes, then it goes to get your free ticket. If they say no, then it drops down here to the next section, and then it continues on. So let me show you what happens when you have a dialogue that doesn't have, a next step to continue the conversation or to continue the flow. So I'm going to go into default folder and I'm going to add a dialogue, and we're just going to type flow. We're going to do a quick question widget just to show you. We're going to do throwaway. I always use a throwaway attribute when I'm just testing. And we're going to add 2 questions, yes and no. So I haven't chosen a dialogue here, so this is what's going to happen. Your user's going to come here and it's going to say, hey Craig, thanks for stopping by, do you love monkeys? I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to sit there because there's nothing to continue the flow. So now your user is confused. They're like, they can type yes again because they're thinking what's going to happen, and then sorry, I'm just a bot, and then they're just going to get confused. So you want to make sure that you're always sending them to another dialogue, or you're giving them some kind of option, you know, a button. So for example, if we didn't put anything here and we put this text box here, we can say, great, choose an option below, and then you can choose a button and you can send them home like that. So always leave an option for them to get out of the bot, or to, you know, to start over or something, because the worst thing you want is a user to be confused or frustrated. So now let's show you how this flow actually works, because we've got everything is connected. So we're going to test it here, and it comes up here, welcome to our demo bot. I'm going to say free ticket. And then it goes here, raise your hand if you want a free ticket. I'm going to say right here. Sweet, when you're ready, hit the button. So I'm going to hit I'm ready. Now it's asking me what category. I'm going to hit agency. Do you build and sell bots in your agency? Yes. So if we were to say no, then you say thanks so much for answering our questions. We just need some more information from you. And it's always good to put the typing widget when more information is coming. And as you're going to see, I'm going to get to the end of this dialogue and the end of the flow. And I'm saying, congratulations, you're registered. And as you can see, I'm now giving them options to go somewhere else. So check out the speakers and details of the event, or about the event, or home. So I'm giving them options. You know, maybe I didn't see the speakers at first, so I'm going to hit speakers, and now I'm able to see the speakers, and again, hope to see you there, and give them options. So that's how you create conversations and flows. You want to make sure you always have an ending, an endpoint that gives them options to go somewhere. And if you're testing your bot, you always want to test it, and if your bot stops, you just want to make sure and go back to that dialogue and follow it down, and you're going to see 9 times out of 10 you're going to see something here, you know, it's going to say no dialogue because you forgot to choose a dialogue here, or after a quick question widget you're going to see nothing after it. So those are the main things that will stop your conversations and your flows, as long as you always make sure to have something at the end. And make sure to test your bots and make sure everything is linking to the different dialogues. You're going to be good to go. All right, so if you have any questions, leave a message in our group or send an email to support@mobilemonkey.com. Thanks.